Mahatma Gandhi said once that if between you and the other person, if one of us has to lose face, let it be you, not the other person. You represent that for me in many ways, hearing you now and also since yesterday evening. So can you share with us, keeping your usual self-effacing nature aside, and candidly share with us a moment or an event in your life which shows you in this light?
Okay. I would pick another instance. When I was chairman of Telco at that time, or is Tata Motors today, we traditionally were a truck company producing commercial vehicles. Somewhere in the 80s, I took a view that we should stop being merely a commercial vehicle company and enter the car market. Most people have forgotten that Telco, or Tata Motors as it is now called, decided to make an Indian car. Not the Nano, it was a car called the Indica. So it called for faith and confidence in your engineers that you could actually do something from scratch, that you could compete in the marketplace, which was new but was opening up, that you could do something without going through a life of licensed manufacture, collaborations, etc., and you could undertake to do this as an Indian company. So all my friends in the car industry overseas said, you know, you're younger than we are and you're more ambitious, but people have done this and failed. It's just not the thing to do. The board went along, but reluctantly. My Indian friends, not in the car industry, as we progressed down this journey, started to distance themselves from me because they distanced themselves from failure. And when the car was launched, it attracted attention, but people were looking for its weak points, etc., rather than its strengths. If you, however, in a way, one had to lose face in the sense that here was impending disaster. You believed in these people, you were under the spotlight, not your people. And yet that car gained a 20% market share in the industry and continues to exist today. By contrast, the Nano, which is another challenge, one might say you achieved the challenge of producing a low-cost car, but the company did many things wrong in promoting the car or marketing the car. There might be an issue of a loss of face. How does one face that loss of face? I think again in the inner voice saying, did you do the right thing? Did you produce a car for $1 lakh? If it had gone right, did you cover new ground? And the inner sense of that is, yes, you did. You did something wrong. The major thing that one did wrong, I think, is handing it back to the traditional marketing people or salespeople who decided to try to sell it the same way as you sold any car. The car was devised to give people on two-wheelers an alternative, safer, affordable form of family transport, not to produce the cheapest car. It was to upgrade people's lifestyle into 4 wheels rather than 2, into a safer form of transport, not to move them down into a cheaper car. So we needed to market the car as innovatively as we had chosen to design it. So the inner voice said that you did nothing wrong, something else was wrong, and you should try to rectify that, which unfortunately is still not happening. Then I look with some degree of sadness that what became recognized as an Indian achievement hasn't been as successful in India as it perhaps should be. Maybe one day it may be successful in Indonesia or some other country where it gets marketed. But it's considered to be a dark cloud hanging over one's head. I have no sense of depression over it, because I think we undertook to do something which we succeeded in doing. We didn't succeed in commercializing it to the extent that it could. We didn't revolutionize the car industry in India, unfortunately. But I don't consider that loss of faith to have been devastating.